Are you a beginner investor? If yes, then you have come to right place because my goal is to help beginner investor by creating short and sweet video so it won't get boring. And also, I want to keep it simple so you don't have to Google each and every investing terms. Alright, let's get started. In today's video, firstly, I'll be explaining you the different type of investing options are available and its benefit such as interest rate, risk, withdrawal and tax. Secondly, I'll be also explaining where to invest such as which bank or which investing brokerage. In the last, I'll be also showing you a real life example using $30,000. Let's get into some action types of investing. The first one is savings account. Now, this is not an investment account, but it's really important part of education for beginner investor because I know my lot of friends who just keep their money in the checking account and never earn any interest. So please, if you have any money in the checking account, move that money to savings account and start earning the interest today. You must have heard this term from others, emergency fund. What is emergency fund? Basically, the money you think you will be requiring in 4 to 6 months in case you get fired or any other emergencies. Alright, let's talk about e-savings account in details. As I already mentioned, you can use this account for your emergency fund. Let's talk about interest rate. So today, banks are giving starting from 1.6% to near around 3%. There are so many banks even giving you promotion for first 3 months, giving you almost 5%. So pretty good interest rate like EQ Bank is giving you 2.5%. Secondly, let's talk about risk. It will be a zero risk-free investment. So if you put $10,000 in the savings account, your money will be always safe. It will never go down. It will be always increased by the interest rate. The next one, let's talk about withdraw. So you can withdraw once in a month from this account, but the electronic transactions are free. So you can move around your money from checking to savings as much as you want. And this is what basically I do. I just keep $200 to $300 in my checking account. Whenever I need more money in checking account, I just transfer over to from savings to checking. But what this once in a month means, if you're doing any outside transaction, then it's only you can do one or twice in a month. Lastly, let's talk about tax. So you have to pay tax on the gain. So for example, if I had invested $10,000, if I earn $500 from the gains, I have to pay tax in the end. Today, we don't have any tax-free savings account or the registered savings account for the savings. There are very one or two, but they are paying very less interest rate. So that does not worth it. All right, let's move over to the option number two of investing. GICs, Guaranteed Investment Certificates. So let me explain you GICs in the simplest form. Basically, you can invest the money in the bank with guaranteed interest. Whether the stock market crash or doesn't matter, whatever will happen, you will get the fixed interest rate. Not only you will get fixed interest rate, but it's also zero risk free as a savings account. Now you must be thinking, if GIC is giving us huge interest, like more than a savings account, and it's also a zero risk free as a saving account, then why should we don't invest our whole money in GIC? Because there's one condition. The condition is you can only invest money in GICs in terms. And same thing, you can only withdraw when your certificate matured. So you can only invest money in GICs like for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years. And then you can only withdraw the money once the certificate has been completed. Let me explain you in this example. So if I invest $10,000 in the bank, I'll tell to bank, hey, here you go, $10,000. Investing this money for 1 year. So they're gonna give me a guaranteed interest, which will be around today's around going 5%. So they will say, hey, they will tell me, hey, we are giving you 5% of interest. And then the condition is I cannot withdraw the money. If I try to break the certificate, then I have to pay some penalty. But that's the condition, that I should not break the certification. So for 1 year, the bank will have my money, and after 1 year, they will return me that money with interest. So if I deposit $10,000, they will give me the money back with the 5% of interest. That's the difference between GIC and saving account. And the another big advantage of GICs, that you can invest the GICs money into TFSA and RRSP, which you can't do in the savings account. Which means any interest you will be getting on GICs, you don't have to pay any tax. That's what it means. Zero tax on the TFSA, doesn't matter how many GIC you do. But on the RRSP, just to let you know, you don't have to pay any tax on the gains, but you have to pay tax when you withdraw the money. Again, I will make a different video, where I'll be explaining you difference between TFSA and RRSP. But let me just leave it here. If you are a bigger investor, just invest your money in TFSA right now. Start with TFSA, and then in the future we'll talk about difference between these accounts. So to wrap up again, GIC is a much better option than e-savings account. The benefits are we don't have to pay any tax. We get the higher interest rate, but the biggest benefit of savings account, we can withdraw our money at any time. We just move our money from savings to checking, and then we can use right away. That's the difference between these two. Now let's talk about the third one, the gurus of investing, the main investing. ETFs and stocks, basically stock market. Now, historically, if you follow good person, or good people who do investing, you can earn from 5% to 10%. Even some people make 15%, but let's say 10% is the right figures. You can make that much interest on your investment if you do investing in the stock market. This is the gurus of everything. Like GICs, some people don't prefer, because it's the interest rate only 4 and 5%. Mostly people get into this one. But again, the interest rate is very juicy. Then why people, again, invest money in GIC? Because the risk is high. The risk can be from medium to high. And your investment totally depend on the stock market performance. So if the stock market is down today, the money you invested 10,000 maybe will result as a 9,000 as a current value. But if the stock market goes up, the value will be $11,000 with the 10% interest rate. So that's the difference between GIC. There's nothing guaranteed in the stock market. Anything can crash, anything can go totally up, and then you will make fortune. So that's the difference. And then the withdraw and the tax implication applies same to ETFs and stock. When you invest into those, same scenario as in the GICs. Like you can in the TFSA. Oh, one thing here in the withdrawals, like GICs are term based, but in TFSA, when you're investing money into ETFs and stock, you can withdraw the money at any time. There's no restriction. And but rest of the things are same. In the RSP, you can withdraw money into retirement, and then tax, there's a zero tax on TFSA whether you withdraw or whether you make any gains. But on the RSP, same thing. You don't pay any tax on the gain, but you pay tax when you withdraw the money. So that's the overall of, guys, type of investing. E-savings account, again, for your emergency fund. GIC is for your safe investment, and then ETF stock market is for your growth. All right, let's move over to our next agenda, which is where to invest. So if you're thinking about e-savings account or GIC, bank are the best option right now. Like TD, RBC, EQ Banking, PMO are some of the best option. I know RBC are giving special promotion like 4.9% for the first 3 months, and then 1.6% for rest of the time. EQ banking is giving 2.5 interest for whole time. Again, I will make a maybe future video more in details, but again, you can go to any four banks. It's pretty much same, but EQ banking is giving the much more. So GICs, e-saving account, you can explore the option into each and every bank, and then you can invest your money. The second one is ETF and stock. So if you want to buy an ETF or if you want to buy a stock, then you have to go into some brokerage like Wealthsimple and the Questrade. These are the top two brokerage platform are available in Canada today to invest. Both are great, but I would prefer more Wealthsimple over Questrade. Again, I will make a different video why is that, but so far just to leave here, Wealthsimple here and over here you can go with EQ banking. Rest three all are same. All right, now comes to the main part of the video. Just show you how some of the number works. So we're gonna take example of $30,000. This is a real life example, guys. This is my example, my portfolio. Okay, so I have invested $30,000 in such a way. So the 33% of the money it's in my savings account in my emergency fund. So 33% of 30,000 is $10,000. So $10,000 is in my EQ banking, and then I'm getting interest of 2.5%. So what it means in the calculation, by the end of the year, I'll be making $250 from the return from the interest rate. That how much money I'll be making after 1 year, and this is the total return. And note, guys, this is the fixed interest. Okay, this will be my total return after 1 year, whether the stock market crash or whether interest rate hikes or low. This will always remain most of the time same. Okay, so it will remain fixed. The second one is GIC. Again, I'll be putting my $10,000 in GIC. I have already, so I'm getting the interest rate of 5% from there. And if I do the calculation, I'll make $500 after 1 year, and this is the total return. Again, the interest rate is fixed. The last one, ETFs and stock. So the 33% of the allocation is here, and then $10,000. Let's assume I'll be getting 10% return after 1 year, and then calculations are here. I'll be making $1,000 in the end. Over here it should be 10, guys. Sorry about that. But in the end, I'll be making $1,000 in the end, and this is my overall return, $11,000. Again, this is a variable, guys. This total amount totally depends on the stock market performance. Okay, I could be maybe losing $500 maybe after 1 year, or this could goes to even $1,200. So totally depend how the stock market perform. But overall, if I invest $30,000 into all these three categories, I will be making this much of money, 1,750. This is the total money I'll be making from the investing. Now, I think there's always debate on the internet whether this one is fine. Should you invest in ETF and stock, GICs, or e-saving account? I would say, guys, just divide your allocation. So first, you have to decide today how much money you will be investing. That's what you have to think. How much money you need in your emergency fund. Like if you have $50,000, maybe you need $20,000 in the emergency fund, or you need only $5,000. So it's totally depend on your needs, your expenses. So that's what is the your task number one you have to do. The total money you have, and then think how much money you will be putting into the savings account. And then I would say, guys, I love GICs. GICs are giving very high interest rate. Again, this doesn't affect stock market. So this is again, I think putting a 30% of your money in GIC is very safe and good interest. And the lastly, again, this is the gurus of investing. So I would say put your 30% of the money in the ETFs and stock. And then with your experience, the more time you spend into investing, then maybe slowly this will be increasing to 40%, 50%, and these things will be decreasing. That will come with only experience, but so far with the start, I would say divide the money into these three categories. Again, just to wrap up, after watching my video, you have to decide two things: how much money you're putting into your emergency fund, how much money you're putting into investing. Okay, please note that. Do not make decision in one night. I would say, maybe talk to your friends or family or to other people, and then decide the right amount you'll be putting here. According to me, as I said in the last slide, I'm putting 30% in all each. Okay, that's what I'm doing currently. Alright guys, we almost made to the end of the video. I just want to cover some few topics that I'll be covering in the future, and you can also let me know in the comment section which topic you are mostly interested to cover. So one which I'm also very excited to share, revealing my Wealthsimple portfolio. And then I also wanted to share one of the video, my March month dividend passive income. And then I also want to make these videos in details, like saving account, GIC, ETFs, and stock. I mean, I just give you high level overview today, but maybe I'll make this video in details. And then one of the always highly requested video: what is difference between TFSA and RRSP, stuff like that. The last one is top covered call ETFs and stocks, things like that. So let me know in the comment section what other videos you want to see, or you're excited about. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week with another interesting topic. Thank you so much for watching.
Hanging from the yard.